Happy Friday, everybody! Today I'm making a nice little breakfast with a Southwest style omelet using halal beef bacon from Midamar. Speaking of, we're going to start by frying up 6 strips of Midamar's halal beef bacon, aka beef breakfast strips. If you'd like to try that for yourself, you can pick those up from the link in the description. I like my beef bacon to be a little more on the crispy side, but you could always cook it to be a little floppy if you prefer. Once that's all cooked up, we'll set it on a paper towel lined plate to dry. Now we'll prep all of our veggies. I went with half a medium yellow onion. I used the fast dicing method by laying it on the flat edge, placing 3 to 4 cuts horizontally, rotating it and placing vertical cuts, then turning it again and placing more vertical cuts. Set those in a mixing bowl for now. Now we'll dice up a couple jalapenos. I like to cut the stem and the tip off, then I cut them in half. I scooped out the seeds, but if you liked it a little hotter, we can always leave those in. Now we'll cut them into little strippies and chop those nice and thin. Tomato time! We're going to chop off the stem and the little bottom part, cut that into slices, chop those slices into strips, then we'll rotate that and chop that into little diced pieces. And those go in their own mixing bowl. Chop out the beef bacon into little bits. Believe it or not, these go in their own bowl too. We'll repeat that on the avocado as well. Because we're filming all of this, we tend to use a bunch of mixing bowls. But if you're making this at home, you could stack all these ingredients on a large plate and cut down on the amount of washing you have to do later. I would recommend cracking eggs into a mixing bowl that has a spout though. It'll make pouring them much easier. I used 6 eggs and whisked them up quick. If you're liking this recipe so far, why not like and subscribe? It really helps us out and it lets us know that you're liking what we're doing. In the same pan that we fried the beef bacon in, we'll put maybe a tablespoon or so of neutral oil. We'll turn the heat to medium-low and heat that oil up until it's warm and moves across the pan like water. Then we'll pour in our peppers and onions. Cook those until they're softened, then we'll put them back in the bowl. Without cleaning the pan, we'll add in 1 more tablespoon of neutral oil, heat that up over low heat, then we'll pour in enough egg to cover the bottom of the pan. I like my omelets to have really thin eggs, but you can use a little bit more if you like thick omelets. I covered my pan to help the top of the eggs cook a little bit, but this is optional. Now we gotta fill this guy up. We'll hit half of the eggs with some of the pepper and onion mixture, a nice helping of the tomatoes, some avocado, a handful of freshly shredded Monterey Jack cheese, then we'll top it with Midamar's beef bacon. Very gently lift up the half of the egg that doesn't have any fillings and lay that over top of the other half. Shift that around a bit, then cover and cook for a minute or 2 or until the cheese melts. I decided to throw a little bit of cheese on the top as well, but that's optional. If you use a huge pan like I did, you'll probably need a couple spatulas to remove it from the pan. We'll repeat that with the remaining ingredients, then we'll serve it up with some toast, coffee, and salsa. That's it for this week. If you like this recipe, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time for another delicious halal recipe.